All right, this is the second video we are shooting in our new space. Hello, everybody. How you doing? This thing's tickling my neck. You know, we're trying to figure out all the kinks and keep it kinky. We're looking at the Michael I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hi.
If you see me mess over here with my hand, that's because I'm trying to get the audio just right for you guys, for your, audible presentation.
Yeah.
So we're watching the Michael teaser and the trailer because we haven't seen the teaser yet. This is starring Sundeep, Kishan, Vijay Sethupathi, Divyansha Kaushik, Gautam Menon, Varun Sandesh, Ayappa Sharma. I don't think anyone wants me to read any more names. And then story, screenplay, and director by Ranjit Jeyakodi. So you guys think music director Sam CS. I've seen that name a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. If anything's wrong with this video, it's my fault. I'm just trying to figure this shit out as we go. I'm just trying so hard to figure this out as we go. Like all the technical stuff.
Honestly, so surprised because I thought you were going to say it's ACHARA's fault.
No, it's my fault. I've been trying to figure out all the technical stuff as quickly as possible so we can get shooting in here. And this is just our downstairs space. I have to do it all over again for the upstairs space where we can have 3 people together. Or 7. Some people were like, yo, you should have all 7 of you from the banner shoot a reaction together. I'm like, it's hard to get 2 of us together, but sure, I'll try. All right, here we go.
I like that kind of 80s electronic sound. Got him. Oh, maybe it's set in the 80s?
வேட்டை தெரியாத மிருகத்தை மற்ற மிருகமெல்லாம் வேட்டையாடிடும் மைக்கேல். துரத்துற பசியில் இருக்கிற மிருகத்துக்கு வேட்டை தெரியணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை மாஸ்டர்.
What?
Oh, shit.
மைக்கேல், மன்னிக்கும் போது நாம கடவுளாகிறோம் மைக்கேல். நான் மனுஷனாவே இருக்கேன் மாஸ்டர்.
I had a feeling he was going to say something like that.
There's actually a movie called Michael from ages ago. It's a Hindi film.
Well, Michael is a very popular name all over the Christian world.
Okay.
That was really interesting. I really liked just the aesthetics of that. I thought it looked really cool.
The music was really, really good. Yeah, I was sort of taken aback by the violence. I was like, whoa, that's really violent.
It was done in such an aesthetically pleasing way. There was one point where you were like, whoa, and I was just silent because I was just looking at the picture and just being like, oh, wow, this is really nice.
Yes, it does. It's
also very violent.
Yeah, I was just sort of caught up in that. I was like, well, it's just like a rapid succession of violent scenes. I'm like, okay, but what's the story? So the story is an underground gangster is what it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
That's as much as I got from it. But yeah, I mean, the quality of the movie looks quite good.
Yeah.
So there's at least that.
Michael, widow's spider கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கியா?
Oh, it's all for a lady.
After they make love, female spider, male spider கொன்னுடுமா?
Like a praying mantis?
Well, yeah, that's not a spider. You're talking about like a black widow or something.
அவர் கொன்னுடலாம். ஒரு பொண்ணோட ஜாலத்தை சிக்கி தவிக்கிறது ஆம்பளைக்கு இன்பம்னு வச்சிருக்கான் கடவுள். நீ சிக்கிட்ட நெருப்பு இருக்கும் பக்கத்துல போனா மொத்தமாயிருச்சிடும்.
உங்க எல்லாருக்கும் ஸ்பெஷல் ட்ரீட் இருக்கு.
So many girls. Oh, wow.
இதெல்லாம் ஒரு பொண்ணுக்காகவா பண்ற? நம்பவே முடியல மைக்கேல்.
ஆமாம் சார், ஒரு பொண்ணுக்காக தான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணேன். ஒரு பொண்ணுக்காக இல்லைன்னா எதுக்கு சார் ஒரு மனுஷன் வாழணும்?
Dang.
But I'm warning you, don't fall in love with me and break your heart.
Listen! Listen to her. You have to listen to women when they say that. They are not lying.
No, they do tell you the truth.
I've been there. Believe that. She is not lying.
I was wondering if this movie should have just been called Jaby.
No, here's the thing. I love women. Not that much. He's like killing all these people and beating all these people up and throwing himself into harm's way again and again and again. I'm like, not that much. That's why I was smiling a little bit towards the end. I'm like, you doing all this for a broad? Oh, hell no. I mean, obviously it's, over the top and kind of fantastical. I think that there's enough of an interesting story here to capture my interest and my heart. I just wish that for the trailer, they weren't like trying to oversell the violence, because it seems like you're compensating when you do something like that. You have enough of an interesting story here, and it's beautiful enough as it is. It's already compelling. When you start pushing the violence in my face, it actually pushes me away a little bit, as opposed to drawing me in. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I already know it's a violent story. I understand that we're in for that.
Yeah.
What I care about is it a good and compelling story?
Once again, I was just really drawn in by the visuals. I was just like, wow, the framing, the colors. Like, I loved all the different colors in the frame that I was seeing. Like, there was one when he was walking past the meat locker or something and it was purple. I'm like, in what world do you normally see a purple?
No, you don't.
Like, it's very cool looking, and there was like
it is.
red lights and like yellow and everything like that. I was like, wow, this looks really cool. And maybe because there was so much violence, I just kind of became desensitized to it at some point and
That's
just kind of started focusing on the beauty that I was seeing in the picture.
There's only so many times I can watch Blade Runner 2049 or it's Tree of Life.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a beautiful movie is not enough to sustain an entire story.
Sure.
You still have to have a good story. I agree with you. It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks, especially in this trailer, it's just that in the last... See, I forgot how good it looked for a moment because the last 45 seconds was just pure violence. And that bothered me. Because I was getting really swept up in it. I'm like, this is great colors, great,
framing.
Great framing.
Everything, like the use of space with a lot of negative space as well in certain shots. I was just like, wow.
I thought that the composition of a lot of the shots in the first 2 minutes was astounding.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just went off the rails for me. I forgot about all of that because of the violence.
Well, I think that this type of movie has become very popular in recent times, at least from what we've seen. And especially with Lokesh Kanagaraj presenting this film, right? First of all, I think it's super cool that he's at a point in his career where he can champion other filmmakers that he feels strongly about. So that's cool to have that seal of approval from someone who's done some really fun action films as well. I think is very promising, But yeah, they did focus a lot on the violence, but I think that's because they know that that's what's gonna sell it.
That just makes me sad.
It does, yeah. But then I thought that the young guy they have as the main character looked really cool, and this thought flashed through my mind because I don't recognize him. Maybe I'm being ignorant, maybe he's been in a bunch of stuff before and I just don't know him.
I think at this point it's okay to say if we don't recognize somebody.
Okay.
I feel like we just have to be comfortable with saying that. I understand what you're concerned about. I've been there before where I've said, I don't recognize that person. And then in the comments, you've seen this movie, where he's showing up a bunch of times. How do you not recognize him? It's
because he's such a good actor and he disappears into the role.
Exactly.
That's why.
That's a great excuse. That's what I'm going to say every time now.
I think that if this is his breakout movie as a main actor, if this movie does well, I can totally see him kind of becoming a huge star in the same way as Vijay Deverakonda or I don't know, Pravas or whatever, where they do a really big action film and then suddenly it's like, oh my god, this guy is the hottest guy ever, let's put him in all the movies.
I thought it looked great. I thought it was violent. The guy's got a charismatic quality to him.
Yeah, definitely.
And I so, yes.
Yeah.
Vijay Sethupathi, it seems like a slightly different role for him that's got me definitely...
Is it though? He's been playing a lot of negative roles recently.
I could be wrong, but it feels more like a Godfather role.
Which is different from his role in Vikram?
Absolutely. Vikram Veda?
No, Vikram.
What happened in Vikram?
It was about the guy who his son got killed. His son was a cop. His son got killed, and then he orchestrated this elaborate plan to get back at the killers. Vijay Sethupathi played this like drug dealer guy who was called the pharmacist or something, and then he had like a whole family run meth clinic or something where he was making drugs.
We watched this together.
Yeah,
I barely remember this. It's
God.
it's vague. It's vaguely jogging my memory.
I watched it again with Sintel, that's why.
Oh,
And there was Agent Tina. who
Oh,
was,
okay.
like,
And then
that
he had
old,
the mask on for a lot of the fight scenes until the halfway point, right?
the lead character,
Right.
Vikram, had the mask.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. There was like a jail fight scene as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, there's a kid who like was out for like
He
5 minutes
he
in the
was
movie.
dead, but then he came back to
yeah.
life.
Vijay Sethupathi was in that. What did he do again? what did he do in that?
I literally just told you he played the drug dealer. He had like the whole pharmacy sign with like
Oh, that's right.
shit on his tattoo.
This is nothing like that.
He was a bad guy.
This is nothing like that. I'm glad we had this a long walk for a cup of water. This is nothing like that. His role here
I
is
don't
totally
know.
different.
I'm
Yes,
like,
they're both
he's-
negative roles.
yes.
Okay, yes. They're both negative roles. They're both bad guy roles. I will grant you that. But these are two completely different dudes. That is a pharmacist who was like a beat 'em up kind of guy. Or I remember his opening scene was like with a rickshaw or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it was
He was
awesome.
he was like in handcuffs or something.
Yeah.
This is different because he's more of the, okay, that was the guy in his past. Now he's the older version.
Now he's the Don.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's why it's different. He's aged.
Sem but different, okay?
Peace out.